riding down the Harland Highway.
All right, hold tight on the Harland Highway Show.
Harland Williams.
Let's do this. Oh, rock and roll fever, bro. God, rock and roll fever. Listen to that. Holy God, ladies and gentlemen, you're on the Harland Highway with Ryan Sickler. Can you believe it? How are you, guy?
I'm great. Thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to this.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't get this with every podcast.
Hell
This
no.
kind of power jam right out of the
yeah.
gate.
Power chords right out of the gate.
Does this remind you of high school in any way?
Totally.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever make out with a chick in the gym? Like, was your prom in the gym, like the undersea bubble bath or whatever?
No,
What was your prom called, first of all?
I don't remember. I do
so it was remember
like
an
prom well.
Alzheimer's theme prom?
It was like we it was
The
dementia
Alzheimer's,
themed.
Alzheimer's under the sea. How was your prom? I don't know. When was it?
I don't know if we had a theme. We maybe did.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we did. But
Yeah.
it was not in the gym.
Well, where was it?
It was at, like, they would do that. They had these places called Martin's West and Martin's East, and they were one on the east side of Baltimore, one on the west side.
Wow.
And they had, they were like ballrooms. You know what I mean? Like, you
Wow.
could rent it for a corporate event
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
So this was where is.
Did you smooch in the ballroom?
Yeah, and then also, my girlfriend was a little advanced senior
Oh.
year. I was the prince of the prom.
No way. So you had to wear purple?
This is a funny story. No. They gave King and Queen to a couple who had been together from 9th grade through 12th grade.
Oh, so the incest couple. Yeah.
But the votes, the tallies,
you won.
pointed to your
Whoa.
boy right here. But
Wow.
they gave the King and Queen of the prom to the couple, and then I got
Right.
Prince of the prom,
Wow.
which I didn't even know was a thing. I feel like that was some made up bullshit.
God, hold on. I think you just heard some doves cry. Oh, Prince. Oh, my dear Prince. Oh, yeah, that elevator. Was there an elevator at the place?
Probably.
Okay. Did you go in it? Do you remember?
I don't know. It broke down, I think.
Yeah, Prince. Did,
I know. He died. Isn't that
he didn't
crazy?
do well
He died in an elevator. And
yeah.
sang that song about the elevator, don't let it break us down. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Isn't that freaking weird?
Yeah, it's weird.
And then Simon and Garfunkel wrote that song, "The Sound of Silence," and I think it was Garfunkel was murdered by a mime, wasn't he? Didn't a mime beat the shit out of him in an alley behind a deaf college or something?
Deaf call Gallaudet in D.C. You got beat up by behind Gallaudet in D.C.
So wait a minute, you said it was in. There will be no.
I'm laughing also because I have 3 deaf cousins. That's what also.
Are you
making me
serious?
laugh. I am.
3 of them.
3 of them.
Fuck, what's the family reunion like?
It's quiet.
Wow.
Well, they're loud.
It's
but
like that movie with
For them,
the
it's
guy
fine.
from The Office, you know, where you can't talk and the fucking monsters come. Have you ever been like Thanksgiving with your cousins and like a monster crashes through the wall
No,
and
that's not
eats
right.
them?
Like Kool-Aid? No.
No, like that. What was that monster? The Quiet Place. Did you see that movie?
No, I never saw it. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about, though, but I
bro.
never saw it.
So wait, the ballroom was in Martin.
Martin's West, I believe it was. That's
Martin's
where the
West.
prom was. The dance was actually there. So what we would do is everyone
Got
would
it.
go to dinner. You'd get a limo.
Yeah,
and
you gotta
a few
get the
couples
limo.
would get together and divvy that up, and then we'd all go to a really nice dinner in the city somewhere. Or
Now wait a
wherever.
minute. When you're a student, nice dinner translate to what? Olive Garden,
No.
Shake Shack.
No.
No, wait. Where'd you
We
go?
would save our money, and we would go to Little Italy in Baltimore and go to a really nice Italian spot or somewhere down in the city. that was
Really?
nice seafood.
So it was
spot.
real.
That would be a real one. Yeah.
Because when
It was
you're
McDonald's and pizza every other fucking
Yeah,
day
yeah.
during the senior year, but
Yeah.
that one meal was the one that you divvied out.
You know what's interesting to me when you say Martin, West Martin, and East Martin? It's also, you probably know this, it's also a mammal. Did you know that? Yeah, a martin is a small mink-like, it's somewhere between
that
a
right?
mink and a wolverine. Let's throw a picture up right now of a martin. They're also called pine martens.
Why do you know this?
They're quite aggressive, like little
badger motherfuckers.
but they're thin. They look more like a mink or a weasel, but they're bigger, and they jump around in trees. And when you said marten, I immediately went to a squirrel getting its throat ripped out. Yeah, I mean, no, I didn't even think of the prom. I just heard a squirrel screaming in the night.
Well, this leads to
here we go.
Two men fighting over me. Have you ever had two men fight over you before?
You mean like those men, or
no?
Like,
men, just regular
like heterosexual men.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like gay guys that were crushing on you.
It looked gay.
Really? What?
So when we got back to high school the next week,
that's a long prom.
it was Saturday, so we got back to high school like Monday.
Okay, you made it sound like it was a week-long prom, and I'm like, okay, Club Med, Martin Med, whatever, dude. God, guy goes to a fancy steak shop, goes to the Bahamas for prom.
We're in Jim Glad, the Bahamas, and everybody's in their fucking tidy whities and shit. This is 1991. Okay.
Yeah, what's that movie, Risky Business, where Tom Cruise slides across on priest grease or whatever's on the floor? Yeah. What was on the floor, by the way? Was it priest?
What is priest grease?
It's like, when they get oily in the bedroom and they drip.
The priests?
Yeah.
I was worried. That's what it was. Yeah. I was worried.
You nailed it. Yep, you nailed it, guy.
They nailed it. They nailed it.
What is priest grease for $400? God, I just literally made that up, and I feel queasy.
You gotta use it.
I feel queasy,
I was just about to ask.
I feel dirty.
Priest grease
God.
is fucking great.
Yeah, I'm afraid we're gonna have to priest grease it. Yeah, Jiffy Lube as priest grease. You have to get there in holy shit time. Priest grease it. Okay, sorry. So two guys.
We're never gonna get this.
We're never
There's
gonna.
only like 20 seconds.
Should we end
It's
it?
a 1 minute story. It's been going for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
unreal.
No, so we get back on Monday, and one of my good friends starts arguing with the guy who got the king of the prom that he wasn't really deserving of king of the prom. It was just some bullshit political stuff, and that his buddy down here, Ryan, he deserved to be the king of the prom.
Isn't it funny? Even at high school level, there's politics.
So dumb.
Okay, keep going, Prince.
And they start arguing.
Yeah.
And then that carries over into fist fighting. And these two men are fist fighting
in
their tighty
king?
whities. The king and my friend.
And was your friend knighted or anything, or was he?
Yeah, I knighted him.
He's the king and the knight in their tidy white. God. You said it wasn't gay at the beginning, but I think it might have been.
I know. I said they were.
I think you just missed the gay express into Queer Town, guy.
That priest greased and shot on down the Queer Town.
Good Lord, lad.
Oh shit! So yeah, these two guys end up fist fighting over who should have been king, me or them, and their tidy whities over all of it. Yeah, that was our prom.
But that's interesting because that says that the student body had a lot of passion for you. Like for them to break into a fight over your status as the prince. I mean, you must have been the most popular kid in school or something.
Hey, the numbers didn't lie, Harland.
Wow.
Well, we were popular by default, honestly. So I have a twin brother who's fraternal, looks nothing like me at all. We sound alike, which is weird. Sometimes when I speak, I can hear him, and I'm like, it's creepy. It's a creepy feeling to feel like someone else came out of your mouth. Priest greased, bro. So, and then I have a younger brother, and our mom had left the family. We were raised by a single dad. He dies at 16 when my brother and I are 16. My younger brother's 13.
Jesus.
And we are the house. We're the kids in your high school that don't have parents if you had them. And we're the house where
kids,
everyone comes to our home.
Yeah,
so we're popular.
Oh, wow.
Because we're the house where kids can drink, kids can fuck, kids can smoke, kids can do whatever.
What was the second one?
Second what? Kids can drink, kids can fuck. I think it was fuck. I said second. Yeah, there was a lot of
kid fucking.
I saw a lot of guys and girls naked in my home, and I hadn't even had fucking sex.
Wow.
Like, wait, what are you doing?
So the kids were coming over to your house to pop their cherries.
Everything. That was the spot. So
wow, you're lucky.
we were popular. We're lucky. We didn't have parents. We were
You're
lucky.
lucky, yeah. You're the luckiest kid in school.
And
No parents. And
everyone
a
was
fuck house.
there. So that's why we were popular.
Wow. Well, I had a weird prom experience because we did the graduation thing first.
You graduate before prom.
Yeah, you graduate and then you do the prom like a few weeks later. And it was hilarious because I was a real introverted kid at home. Like I would come home, go in my room, turn on Black Sabbath, get in my sketchbooks, doodle, write poetry, and I hardly talked to my family at all. Like it was just, I was just one of those weird, moody kids so they just thought I was this weird Boo Radley recluse freak, right?
Right.
And then they all came to my graduation, and then one by one, they call the kids up, Johnny Smith, Carol Walter, whatever. And so one by one, the kids go up, and it's very lackadaisical, lackluster, no real fanfare. And then my name's William, so I was like the last kid. And my whole family's sitting there. They're just like watching. And then they go, Harland Williams. And the whole friggin' place like exploded. Like people were, all the kids were laughing. And my parents were just like, well, like they were so confused. They didn't even think I had friends.
Like, who is this kid?
Yeah, like what's going on? It was just so fucking weird. And then we had our prom in a hotel ballroom.
Okay.
And I didn't get Prince. But asshole. But I got
a made up title.
You know what I got? They did all these little awards, and I got called up, and I got a coffee mug, and it said "most likely to succeed" on the coffee
Hey, they
mug.
were right, bro. They were right.
Isn't that wild? So Ryan Sickler's here, gang. You're on the Harland Highway. We popped and dropped with a prom story right out of the gate. Comedian. What, do you act? Do you do movies and stuff too?
No.
You're a writer though.
I write.
You
yeah,
write?
for sure.
Anything else?
I write and produce a lot. I've acted in some sketches and things like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to do more acting.
Well, I want to establish something because what would you say the mark of a good friendship is? What are some of the attributes of a good friendship?
I think one of the good attributes, or one of the successful attributes of a good friendship, I should say, is someone who, I have a friend like this. We've been friends since kindergarten.
Yeah.
We might not even communicate for 6-7 months these days. And then immediately we pick up right where we left off.
Wow.
You know that feeling of just familiarity?
Yeah. It's like no time's gone by at all.
But talking about a mark of a good friendship, a friend who will stick up for you and say, look, man, my friend won that fucking thing, and then fist fight in his tighty whities. Yeah. We're still friends today. That's Jim Grindstaff. Wow. He lives...
Jim Grindstaff.
He lives in Southern California now, works for... I don't think I'm allowed to say the company, so I won't. But not in the industry at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still really tight. We've
Grindstaff.
known each other since we were 14, and
It's quite the name, Grindstaff. Also the name
Someone
of a
you can
bar down
trust.
in West Hollywood.
grind with a D though.
Okay.
Right next to Priest Grease.
Yeah, right. It's Grindstaff's Priest Grease. If you need to slide across the floor on your father...
on your father.
on your Holy Ghost. I say, can I?
Someone you can trust. someone
There you go.
Yeah.
You just,
really,
Nick,
it's trust.
because here's what I want to do with you.
Okay.
Because we're friends, and I don't know if we've ever sort of sealed the friendship. We've never really had a prom. We've never been, you're the prince. I've never been labeled anything. But I think to show you that I have trust in you and our friendship, I'm going to trust you with something that really, I think, is emblematic of a good relationship.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to let you, and I just got this yesterday, and only a good friend would allow this to happen. Let me get it. Look at this. I'm going to let you open my Amazon delivery. Even though this part's open, what I ordered is inside. Only a true friend.
This is real right now?
This is real.
Wow.
I have not opened this yet.
I didn't come to the Harland Highway expecting this.
Yeah,
Harland.
this is a real bonding moment.
what this is
Sealing.
we have in here.
Take that out. We'll get rid of the big Amazon box.
Looks like it says Big Rig Defense.
Take a look.
BigRigDefense.com.
Open that puppy up. This is what friends do. This is called trust right here. This is called sharing, which is another
Definitely sharing.
big friends thing. Oh, dude.
This is thick.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know what that is?
Yeah, I know what this is. I used to carry one in my car all the time. This is a billy club, a nightstick.
You can take it out. You know what I ordered it for?
What?
Because I think you're into this. Is for fishing.
Oh, just knock them out?
It's to knock the fish. And just so all you people who are watching, I catch and release 99% of all my fish. Hold that up so the folks can see that beauty. Look at that guy.
That's some solid wood. That's gonna
knock out a trout. That's gonna
that trout doesn't stand a chance.
That's gonna smack a catfish into shit town. I mean, dude. I mean, you could Rodney King a fucking northern pike with that thing, bro. I mean, Jesus, right?
Oh hell yeah, that's so joke. Listen,
Right? That's fucking solid.
Yeah, that's solid.
But-
Great grip. I like the oval on it.
Isn't it nice?
I used to have one in my car just for safety.
Did you ever have to use it?
Never had to use it.
Because this is the thing. I go fishing in the summer, and I don't know how you fillet your fish, but I got into, some guy showed me to fillet the fish with an electric carving knife. The same thing you'd use to cut up your Thanksgiving turkey,
yeah.
right? And you do it. You carve up you fillet your fish in a minute. You're done.
Huh.
But the problem
It doesn't
is,
tear you're not getting a lot of
it's
tearing
as
the fish
smooth
apart.
as can be. It's fast. It's smooth. But the problem is, and again, I catch and release 99.9%
What's the
of my fish.
0.01 that you'll keep? Is it just a monster?
No, it's an eating fish. So usually it's something around this size. It's something I want to, every now and then, I want to go right from the body of water into the tum-tum. And so what happened is, and this is going to sound awful, but I had no choice, I was cutting their heads off with the electric carving knife. And that's not pretty because, it does it quickly, but when that blade starts going in, their mouth, they're like, they do that stupid, having my head cut off face.
That's stupid.
Give me a break. Enough with the guilt trip, right?
The gill trip.
Yeah. So I decided I wanted a club just to put them out of their misery quickly. And I hate doing it. I hate hitting any living thing. And so that's why I got this. You're a fisherman, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go up to Big Bear in like 2 weeks. I'm going to go trout fishing.
That's trout. I think they got, what do they got up there? Speckles?
Rainbow trout up
Rainbow.
there. I'll show you a picture when we're done. The last time I was there, I caught one you would definitely keep. It was an eating fish. It was a big fat motherfucker.
Did you
I caught
keep it?
3 of them. We kept that one and ate it.
Yeah.
That one. The other 2 we released.
Toss them back. Yeah. Have you got any funny fishing stories? Because I got one stupid funny fishing story I want to tell you, but has anything really kind of silly or funny while you were out fishing and you and your buds just like died laughing?
I can't think of it right now. Tell your story and I'll think of it.
It might
but
trigger it.
I have some from crabbing with my father.
Oh,
Not
good.
Fishing, but crabbing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to
You
spin
go.
it?
I want to hear your fishing.
So I used to work up north. I used to work up in northern Ontario at a bush camp, and we were out on we were in the middle of nowhere. The bush camp I was at was called on a lake called Dead Horse Lake. That's how remote we were.
Really?
That was really it. Dead Horse. And we had all these old timber trails that were abandoned, and so we'd take the pickup trucks and drive down them, and we'd find these lakes that no human had ever been in. Like these guys would go in, harvest trees, and vanish. This was we're talking on the eastern shores of Lake Superior, like rugged northern country up there. So me and my buddies, we got a canoe. We drove it down 6 miles down this old dirt timber road. We found this lake. No one had ever been in it. No human, I would calculate, had ever stepped foot on this lake. And we trudged the canoe through the bush. There was like 3 of us. We got in the canoe. We get out there. We're fishing. And, you know, no one has ever fished this lake. So these fish have no contact with humanity. And we were fishing away, and we were out maybe about 70 feet from the shore, doing the shoreline and casting in. Mm-hmm. And I had a red devil, you know, the red striped spinner on there, and I let it fly in this virgin lake, and the 3 of us, and this spinner hit the water, and at this precise moment, the exact second it hit, I had a fish. Like, just boom, like instantaneously. We're like, what the? We reel the fucking thing up. We get it to the boat. It's a northern pike. And I got it right in the fucking eye.
No.
The hook was right through its eye.
You cast into the fish.
So here's what we said. We started going, what the fuck? And then we broke it down and we went, here was this fish. It lived its whole life. No one had ever been in the lake. And this fucking fish said, I think I hear something I've never heard before. And so weighing at the shore, he thought, I've never done this before, but I'm going to swim out and stick my eye out of the water, just one eye, and see what it is. And the second he did it, bang, right in the fucking eye.
As if that's not bad enough. And then you reel him in.
Reel him in. Oh, and we let him go, but now he's old fucking Johnny One Eye, right?
Like, guys, don't go out
Yeah,
there.
don't look out of the water. It's just so... It was so brutal. We laughed so hard we almost fell out of the canoe. Could you imagine?
No, that poor fucking fish.
First time in his life.
Just one to the eye and then reeled aggressively out of his home.
Fuck. Poor guy. First time anyone ever on the lake. All right, let me hear the crab story.
Nothing like that, dude.
Let me hear it. Crab me up. Give me crabs.
So we used to go out on it was called the Y River.
Why?
I'm not sure. WYE, though. I'm not sure why it was called the Y River, but fun little fact. This is where, do you remember the Elio Gonzalez story?
The kid who wouldn't come out of the closet.
Is it Elio or Elion?
Elion.
Yeah. Is it Elio?
The little gay kid that wouldn't come out of the closet?
I don't know what his sexual preference was.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I remember that guy. That like the FBI went in and they had to bring in people from the.
They hid him down in this area for a little while before they did whatever they were doing with him ultimately. But it's a channel off the Chesapeake Bay, and we built a homemade trot line, and we would get bull lips from the butcher, like actual lips from the bull, just shit they would throw away, you know, because crabs are scavengers. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, guy. I did not know that bulls had lips.
Yeah.
You know how you didn't know what a marten was?
Yeah.
Can we put some bull lips up on the... Because I also want a picture of some bullshit, because I don't know if this is real. Bulls have lips.
Yeah, of course. Cows, they have a mouth, they have lips.
Yeah, but I ain't never seen no lip. Have you ever seen a bull blow out a candle?
I have not.
Well, then they ain't got lips. What the fuck are you talking about? Do they have fingernails too? What the hell what are you going on about? Were these crabs filled with tequila?
Oh, shit.
Bull lips.
I couldn't wait. I knew I was going to laugh.
Fucking bull lips, guy.
So my dad was friends with these watermen in Maryland that did this for a living, and they were telling bull, because a lot of people use chicken necks. That was another. Did you know chicken necks?
I know chickens have necks.
A lot of people use a chicken neck or something like that, because crabs will eat anything. They're scavengers.
You ever use a turtle clit? I mean,
funny you say turtle. So not a clit, no. But I wonder if that would.
Look, guy, if a bull has lips, a turtle's got a big old pink clit. Come on. Come on, guy. Don't get so picky with me. You know what? A flamingo's got a twat. How about that? Okay? If you're going to throw bull lips around.
That's what we use in the off season. Flamingo twat.
Flamingo twat.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Well, those are good for grouper.
But you just take 100-yard line, and every 3 feet you tie a bull lip.
Okay. So every 3 feet, there's a bull.
There's
How
a
many?
bull lip.
What do you got? A bucket of bull lips?
So you have a bushel basket, and you just snake the line in when you're done. And it stinks like it's fucking disgusting.
It's like bull lip.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And then it's beaten down in that fucking humid sun on the boat with you and shit. So,
I gotta ask though, because it sounds like they're slippery, like slimy.
they're slimy.
You ever been putting on a set of bull lips on a line, and it slips out of your hand and lands right on your
lap,
You got the
your
lips.
dick, like it's kissed my dick.
got
Have
the
bull
bull
lips ever
lips.
kissed my dick? I would have to say over my pants they have. Yeah. They definitely
That's
have.
got to look weird. You look down.
They're
and
fucking
there's,
gnarly.
Like, bull lips on your fly.
Tough and shit, but they're they're durable, so you can keep using them over and over again.
All right.
You know,
So you got
crabs
the bull.
aren't tearing them up.
Yeah, you got the bull lips.
And what you do is you take your boat, and we have a homemade little 2x4 going across that you have bolts through that you put where the oars would go, right?
Okay.
In those holes.
Yeah.
And then you just get a spool, a rope spool that you see at the hardware store where you pull chain off or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you take a little Clorox bleach bucket to mark your beginning and one at the end. Because you're putting chain at the beginning, the middle, and the end. So that chain weighs the line down into the mud where the crab. You have to have something to weigh it down. So you make a little homemade anchor for one end and the other end.
Yeah.
And then the Clorox bottles, your float, so you know where it begins. So you grab it and you're slowly just gliding the boat like this, straight ahead. And you grab the line, you just put it up. And naturally, as you're going forward, the line will come up and go over your spool right back into the water. And the crabs, if you go slow and steady enough, will stay right on. And you just take a net and you dip and dump them in the bucket. Boom, boom. A good day, you're boom, 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 boom. And then you go through them to see what sizes are, illegal to keep because you can't keep anything under
16.
I think it's like 5.5. It's a soda can, point to point.
Okay.
All right.
Well, and then these are dungarees crab. How do you say it?
Dungarees.
Dungarees.
No,
what did I say?
Dungeness is what.
Oh.
But these are Maryland, so these are blue crab.
Blue crab.
They're
I've
blue crab.
caught those. Yeah.
they're blue.
They actually have like on the ends of their little legs, they're blue.
Yeah, they're
And
beautiful.
the
They
tips
really
of their
are.
claws.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
And they're
actually.
sort of aggressive too.
They're very
Like if you're in the water, they'll kind of chase you
they're
down
not
like
scared.
a pit bull. Yeah. Okay.
They're aggressive.
Oh, I could see them now. That's what's
So
good.
these fucking things hurt, And
Yeah.
I pick up one, and I'm holding it by the back claw, and I'm just holding it. And my cousin, he's got his shirt off the time. We're younger. He turns.
Here we
this
go.
motherfucker just, gets him, pinches him like this, and he's screaming because it's back here, right behind the shoulder blade. He can't get it, and I'm
scapula.
laughing so fucking hard, but I can't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm laughing so hard I can't get it. He's screaming. He's starting to bleed now and shit.
What?
So I just go, I go to grab it and throw it off of him, and I do. And when I look back, the claw is still
hanging.
Still hanging. Like those crabs don't give a fuck.
Like a clothespin.
These things were so aggressive. So I missed this one. My father was yelling at me. I missed this one point to point. It would have fed the family. I've never, to this day,
That's
I've never
big
seen
for a blue crab.
Never seen one that big.
Yeah.
And after that, so then you drop the line after you do your run, and you fuck around. You let it set, 15, 20 minutes or whatever, get away from it. And as we're circling back to go again, we see this fucking thing floating in the water. My dad's like, what the fuck is that? And I go to take the net to get it, and it's a turtle shell. Okay.
Whoa.
And when I scoop it up, the fucking head is gone. It's just the slime coming out of this fucking
Tiger
head.
shark.
I don't know what got it, but it fucking ripped it apart. And I still to this day think it might have been that crab I missed.
Oh, the big boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you know what? A specific shark that targets sea turtles is the tiger shark.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think they're one of
They
the
do
only
have tiger
sharks.
out there.
That's probably what it was. They go up and they just bite their heads off, and they get the flappers and
then just leave the shell to
Yeah.
float. Yeah, they got that motherfucker.
So how did your cousin? Was it your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
How did he get the claw off his back?
I just pulled it.
Did it take any skin?
Yeah, for sure.
And he was bleeding?
Oh, he was bleeding while it was on him. He was bleeding because it just kept squeezing in.
What if that was the pivotal moment that turned him on to S&M, though? Like the next time he went fishing, he had, he had clips on his nipples or something. Like,
Yeah, he comes out crabbing with nipple clips.
yeah, he's wearing chapless,
Crab
assless
claws.
chaps, and he's got the black hat on. He got perved out by a blue crab.
By a blue crab
Wow.
tricked his ass out.
Jesus.
Turned him out. Dude.
Turned him out. So you're a sports guy, right?
Oh, yes, I am. Yes.
Tell me, football's your thing. You love football.
Yeah, football. I love baseball too, but I'm a Baltimore guy, so I love the Ravens. I love the Orioles, but the Orioles have sucked for so long until this year. I shouldn't say until this year. There's been about 3 or 4 seasons since 1980 that they've been good.
Yeah.
And that's it. So it's been hard and not fun to root for that, but I still root for them. And then the Ravens are good, so I root for them too.
You know what I want to do with you? Because I can tell you're like, I know the Prince is passionate about his sports.
Prince? Yeah, I am.
You're the Prince, right?
Yeah. Should have been the king, but I'll take the Prince.
You're the Prince. On this podcast, you're the Prince.
I'll take it.
So what I want to do, because this drives me nuts, I don't know if it drives you nuts, but you can either help or you can be on board with this. I am sick and tired of all the names of the NFL teams. I want to break them down with you, discuss them, and then we're going to change them.
All right.
We're going to change the names. I'm going to pull up the list of NFL names here, guy.
Are you a CFL guy?
No. That's the Canadian Football League.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different.
Oh, 3 downs. The
3
whole
downs.
Thing's different. Yeah.
It's even a different size field.
Yeah, different size field.
All right, let me pull up the list of. We got to break these down. Are you cool with this?
Yeah, of course.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
Number 1. Okay, we got a team of big buff men, 300 pounds, smashing each other. They're named after a little red bird.
Formerly from St. Louis.
Yeah, that eats seeds.
I'm not sure how many fucking Cardinals are in Arizona dying out there in 120-degree heat.
What's the bird you'd associate with Arizona in the desert? Beep, beep.
Yeah, Roadrunner.
Roadrunner.
The
Isn't
Arizona
that a better name?
Roadrunners.
That indicates fast runners.
Yeah.
It goes with the climate. It goes with the environment.
Shifty, undefeated.
Right.
Outsmarting.
They can
intelligent.
outsmart a coyote who drops pianos and dynamite on them.
Exactly. A lot of Acme shit. Yep.
Acme.
That's them, the Arizona Roadrunners. I like that. I was going to say Firebirds just because,
Oh.
but I don't think a Firebird's a real thing. I think it's just a car. That
It
they
is if
named.
you throw the barbecue at it.
Okay.
I like that. See, our first one, I think we nailed it. The Arizona Roadrunners,
No doubt.
bro.
No doubt.
I love that. Okay, next one. It's another bird-themed one.
A lot of birds at the top.
I know. Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I don't know. I feel like Atlanta,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful southern city.
Yeah.
I really don't know what I would go if there's Coca-Cola there in Atlanta.
yeah.
Big Coca-Cola in Atlanta.
Atlanta cavities. Atlanta diabetes.
Diabetes,
The Atlanta
that's it,
diabetes. Diabetes 3, I'd say. And it only goes to 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Atlanta Diabetes 3. Cancer Willie, your quarterback.
Cancer Willie.
Yeah, I like it. The Diabetes Falcons. You nailed it, bro.
You said it, but I got it.
Nailed it. All right. What do we got? The Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, this one's kind of stupid. I mean, are there Panthers in Carolina?
You know what? I
Are
think
there?
there's Panthers in southern Florida, like down in the
Jaguars
Keys.
and shit like that. That's why they
No,
got
not Jaguars.
Panthers? Oh,
They look like mountain lions. They call them Panthers, Pumas.
Oh, Pumas. Okay,
Here
so they're
we-
not black. They're the
Right, the
Khaki.
tan,
Yeah.
the khaki colored, the Banana Republic of the cat world, yeah. And they also have the little alarm on their inner thigh if you try to walk them out of the store before paying. That's the sound of the alarm. But I think the range, because the South, and I think the range of the Panthers could have potentially gone
up to North Carolina.
up the coast there.
Okay, all right.
But I don't know what else. What else is in the Carolinas?
North Carolina specifically, not well. I mean,
Yeah.
it says Carolina, so you got to throw South in there too.
Well,
I
where's
guess.
the actual team located?
North Carolina? I think it's
See?
Charlotte. North Carolina.
I think we found it now because that's unfair. And I think we have to call it what it is, the North Carolina Panthers.
You know what? Yeah.
Like, fuck you, South Carolina. You didn't want to invest in a stadium. You didn't want to buy a franchise. Fuck you. You're out. The fucking Panther just ate your hairy ass. It's the North Carolina Panthers.
Is great.
Thank you.
I'm going to start calling them that wherever I go now.
Yeah.
That's well done.
South Carolina. Unless they build that new stadium right on the border, so half of it's in the north, half is in the south.
That's fair.
Then you got your Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, you're
Outside of that, the South can fuck off real hard. They can buy a bus ticket to fuck off town and get off in the deepest part. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, the Chicago Bears.
Another tough one here. Chicago, known for, what is it, Malort? That drink they have there.
Oh, I thought that was
kerosene.
I thought that was a
they love
sexually transmitted disease.
You get that after you drink Malort.
I got the Malorts again, and woo, it's getting bumpy down there.
What else?
Chicago Bears.
A lot of fucking.
There's no bears in Chicago.
I don't think so. Or maybe in Illinois, in the woods of Illinois, but I wouldn't say Chicago.
Yeah, doesn't have a lot of gang activity.
Yeah, Chicago's one of the deadliest cities in. They call it Chirac.
Is that right?
The Chirac Bears.
The Chirac Bears. Oh wow!
Chirac Bears.
Really? Tell me the Chirac story.
They just it's a nickname for Chicago because the violence has gotten so bad.
Really? Mm-hmm. The Chirac Bears. See,
Chirac
that's
Bears.
accurate.
Look at us going. Look at us going.
Dude. This is we're
doing all right here.
The Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, I just feel like Cowboys is like this, kiddie thing.
Well, why don't we?
Cowboys.
This is tough. This is a tough one. But what's the most infamous thing that ever happened in Dallas? JFK got hit from the depository. Mm-hmm. What about the Dallas depositories?
I like it.
I mean, it's a
or
tough
the Dallas headshots. Kind of liking the Dallas headshots.
Yeah, the Dallas.
I do like alliteration, so
yeah.
Dallas depository. The
Dallas Oswalds. Dallas. Wow. Growing up, I always had history wrong. I thought that people in Dallas hated fast food because I thought Lee Harvey Oswald shot up a KFC. It wasn't until I got to DeVry that they told me that it was correct. JFK. I was like, why would you want to shoot up fried chicken? So what are we going with? I think we got the Dallas depositories, the Dallas headshots. See, that's let's be honest, football's violent. I think headshot.
I'm a fan of the headshot.
It's a little raw.
It's aggressive.
It's aggressive, and it probably rubs a sore part of history. But we're trying to make these teams more accurate. And if we don't do it, who will, guy?
That's a lot more accurate. A lot.
Boom. Oh, we're nailing this. The Detroit Lions. No Lions up there.
None.
None. And maybe can we?
No healthy drinking water either.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
How about the Detroit lymph nodes? Doesn't that water destroy your lymph nodes?
It probably destroys everything.
It's got an L in it.
It does.
Lions, lymph node. Who fucking cares?
I think it's definitely gonna kill you. Yeah.
Right.
The Detroit lymph nodes.
Detroit lymph nodes. God, we're wailing. The Green Bay Packers. See, now I just think of Packers. I think of a bunch of people at the Amazon factory packing boxes. Mm-hmm. That's not going to work.
I mean, they call themselves cheeseheads. I don't really know much more about how much more or what Wisconsin has to offer the world outside of cheese and the Packers.
And you're on a bay. Are they really on a bay? Is there a green bay somewhere?
I'm not familiar with the green one.
I think they're sitting on Lake Michigan, aren't they? On the shore.
I'll be honest. I'm ignorant. I should know which lake it is, but I don't.
I think it's one of the Great Lakes. I think it's Lake Michigan.
But it's not green.
That green indicates healthy waters, seaweed, vibrant life.
Kelp. Yeah,
kelp. I think isn't it more right near Detroit? Wouldn't there be more bodies on the shoreline?
It could be.
The Green
I mean,
Bay.
they're rivals. They're in the same division.
The Green Bay Bodies?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. You know, why don't we just eliminate them from the NFL and fuck them? I mean, we can't come up with a good name.
Super Bowl trophies named
Yeah.
after their coach.
They're gone. Let's just get rid of them. How about Green Bay gone?
Green
How
Bay
about
gone.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck
them.
them.
Out of
If
here.
we can't come up with a name, you're done. Oh, the LA Rams.
I mean, there's no fucking Rams in LA either, you know.
Yeah, like
they bounced around between St. Louis, LA. They went LA, St. Louis, LA. The fucking I don't know. They're all over the place.
It also sounds a little like, you know, the LA Rams. It's like, you know, it's LA where everything's fucking kinky. Why don't we just call it what it is, the LA Fistings?
I like the Fistings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good logo on the side of the helmet,
Yeah,
too.
just like priest grease. Priest grease. Fucking priest grease fist, you know? The LA. The LA Fisting. I mean, this place was built on sex, man. The porno industry's here.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The LA Fistings. Yeah. This one always bugged me, the Minnesota Vikings. Because didn't Vikings come from like Greenland and the Nordic countries?
Yes.
And they landed on the eastern shores like Newfoundland and Prince Edward Island. They didn't come all the way into Minnesota. That's like the middle of the country.
Yeah, you're just claiming that.
Yeah.
You're just claiming Vikings.
Yeah. Minnesota, it's the land of 1,000 lakes. That's on their license plate.
It is on their license plate.
How about just like the Minnesota water?
Well, here's the thing. The Lakers
Yeah.
used to be in Minnesota. That's why
Oh.
they're called the Lakers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right? Then they move here, and how many fucking lakes we have around here? Like 6? You know what I
Yeah, and
mean?
they're all
Like,
man-made.
yeah, they're a land of 1,000 lakes. That's why they're the Lakers.
So
Like Utah Jazz. They were originally, I think they were New Orleans, and they moved to Utah. There's no fucking jazz. Who's playing jazz in Utah?
yeah, right.
Not known for their jazz.
They don't even have music there.
So what are we going with?
I don't know, Minnesota water?
I'll take the Minnesota water. We can call it agua.
Agua.
Make it a little fancier.
Is that Spanish?
Yeah.
Agua. La Minnesota Agua. Wait, I said le. That's French. La Minnesota Agua. They're French. They're the only French-Spanish team in the league.
That's it. The Minnesota French Spaniards.
Yeah,
that's what we're calling those motherfuckers.
You know, they're sort of like Vikings, but they're a lot shorter and a little
and louder.
Yeah, not as hairy. New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, this one's different too. Here.
Yeah. This one.
I know they wanted the Saints go marching in and all that shit.
Yeah, but it ain't so saintly when Mardi Gras happens. Like, we're talking orgies. We're talking nude people
titties,
rolling down the street.
everywhere.
Titties.
That's
That's
it.
it.
New Orleans titties.
The New Orleans titties.
All you got to do is fucking show titties
Yeah.
for some jewelry down there. Yeah, New
Show
Orleans
titties. I flashed titties at the Arby's drive-thru and got free fries.
Fuck yeah, curly ones.
Curly fries.
Fuck yeah, bro. They
Didn't
must have
even,
liked
didn't
your
even eat
titties.
them. Wrapped them around my areolas. Fucking right. Fucking right, guy. Curly Titty Joe, they called me while I was there. The New York Giants. The New York Giants.
God.
I don't know.
You know there's 30 of these, right? We're going to do 30 of these.
Well, you know what we'll do? We'll do this division
Only.
and then we'll do the other division when you come back. Okay. If the Prince decides to grace us again.
The Prince will be back.
The Prince will be back. New York Giants.
God, and we have we'll get to the Jets next, so we have to come up with one for the Giants first. Well, they technically play in Jersey.
They do?
Yeah, well.
See, this is why I love it that you know
in the
sports.
Meadowlands, they did for a long time, and they share the stadium with the Giants and the Jets.
Yeah.
So they're really the New Jersey. I would call them the New Jersey Giants. That's what I would really call them.
But are there any Giants anymore? Like, it's not like Paul Bunyan's their mascot or anything.
How about like you mean like just a
like? How about the New York average-sized male athletes? I mean, that's technical as shit, but
New Jersey. I agree with it, but call them New Jersey.
the New Jersey average-sized male athletes.
Yeah.
You're not giants. There's no one on the team over 60 feet tall.
60.
There he is at the 0-yard line. He takes one step. Touchdown. No. There's no giant.
As if there's anyone at 50.
Well,
good point.
yeah. Who else we got? The Philadelphia Eagles, another bird.
Another bird. Another city. We used to call it Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Is it a dirty city?
Look, I just went to Philly, and honestly, it's a fucking beautiful city. It's one of my. Every city everyone's like, you gotta get out here at night. Like that's fucking every city I feel like I go to now. You gotta get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
But it's a great fucking town. I really loved it. Now, the other thing I loved about it too, there's still neighborhood spots. Like,
Oh, really?
like you can walk through a neighborhood where people live, and there's a great restaurant there. You know what I mean? You don't have to go to this row or this area where they all are. You can walk through this neighborhood and be like, oh my God, this Italian place has been here since 1902.
Really? So there's a coffee shop, there's a bagel shop, there's a
pizza place, Italian, but also just actual restaurants.
Wait, what about that? It sounds a lot like Eagle, but bagel.
All right.
I mean, it's a little
Philadelphia bagels.
alliteration, but the Philadelphia bagels.
Sure, I'll take it.
All right, we got 3 more.
San Francisco.
San Francisco 60.
The homeless.
The homeless.
I have not been to any city where the homeless, and including here, we're bad here.
Yeah.
But San Francisco has been this for.
Well, it's so bad the homeless are now the players. I mean, I watched 3 guys run out of a tent the other day and get a touchdown. I mean, it's ridiculous.
They really do use a tent on the side.
Yeah, it's the fucking homeless run, and they don't run plays. They just run around in circles and smash into the fucking wall and pick through the garbage cans.
It's definitely the homeless.
The San Francisco homeless, the Seattle Seahawks. What's with all these birds of prey?
A lot of birds.
A lot of this might be the only one. Dare we leave one?
We still have one more to go.
We have one more to go.
Yeah, my team, the Ravens.
Oh, we have two. We have 2 more to go in this division.
Okay, so
The Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle's known for
Suicide.
big.
The
alliteration, too.
Seattle
Seattle
suicide.
suicides.
I hate to do it to you folks, but the Seattle suicides.
It works.
And you should see their mascot.
They got a new one every week.
He just lays there. Not the most physical mascot.
You know those guys that jump the mid tramps, and he's not.
They got
doing
the
that.
T-shirt cannons, and when they do the mascot race, he's always just laying at the start line. Fucking Seattle suicides. They don't shoot T-shirts. They throw out razor blades to the crowd. It's really not the most comfortable. Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Come on, dude. Pirates. What are we at Disneyland?
I know. Yeah, there's no fucking pirates anymore.
How about the Tampex Buccaneers? Because I want to see blood.
Yeah.
It's football. We don't watch football for the plays. We want
But
to
we're
see.
still using Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So Tampax is perfect.
Tampex Buccaneers. I mean,
I would say we could keep that. You can call them the Tampax.
Tampex Buccaneers. Yeah.
Now here's an interesting one because this team was just renamed.
This is the last one.
Yeah.
What, you want to say it out loud?
Well, they originally were the Washington Redskins.
That's right.
And they, along with another team in baseball,
Yeah.
the Indians has been renamed to the Generals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these guys are now the Washington.
So get rid of the native culture and then add the name of the person that eradicated the native culture. Smart guys. Good crap. What do we call these now? The Colonel Custards over here? The Washington Custards?
That's it, the Washington Custards. Dude, I don't know why they didn't just call them just Washington. For a long time,
Yeah.
they had I believe, was it Brooklyn had the Giants, and then they moved to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And so the Giants football team, they called for a long time the New York Football Giants.
Okay.
No reason they couldn't have done that with this Washington team.
Yeah, and look, I get
Washington
it.
football
I
team.
get it if you're there and it's been the team name for what, 40 years?
Maybe longer.
It's hard for people to adapt, but when you look at it from the outside, the Redskins it's sort of a real slanderous name because the native cultures didn't give themselves that name.
Right.
We did.
Right.
White people and civilized people called them the Redskins.
Yes.
And so as much as you might be attached to it as a goofy sports name, it's really like, if you're an indigenous person, it's like sort of almost like the N-word in a way. Like it's not a kind. So they kind of had to do that one.
Well, it even had the face of the guy on the fucking helmet.
Yeah.
too.
Now
It was a
here's
red face.
Here's the other thing. There's the other side of the argument where here's a big mega million sports thing that's seen all over the world, and you've got an image of an indigenous person. And, it's sort of a proud image, the eagle feather in the hair. It wasn't malicious or slanderous. It was a nice logo. So then you go, well, that puts Native culture sort of in the scope of everybody. So there's that kind of side where it's like, oh yeah, we remember these people, but then the name was not glamorous. The name did not complement the culture.
Right.
And so I think it's kind of good they got rid of the Redskins.
Yeah, for sure. The Colonel Mustards would have been way better, though.
Colonel Mustard, that's from Clue.
That's what you said, though. The Colonel Mustards.
No, I said Colonel Custard.
Oh, Custard.
Colonel. He's at the 40-yard line with the wrench in the library. What do you mean, Colonel Mustard? Colonel Mustard's from the game of Clue.
Yeah, I know. I play it with my dog.
Yeah, apparently a little too much. Holy God. Colonel
Oh,
But
Colonel Custard.
even Colonel Custard's not a good name. I mean, are you going to be scared of a military leader who's named after a dairy treat?
I'm with you, Custard.
Hey, here
yeah.
comes Captain Mint Chocolate Chip, Ron. No, he sounds delicious. Let's lick the fucking guy. Colonel Custard. So what's the official final one for that? The Washington, what is it?
Commanders, they call themselves.
Yeah, but what did we come up with?
The Custards.
The Custards.
General Custards.
The Washington
Washington Custards.
No, we can't, because that guy, he went to battle with, that would just almost be worse than calling them the Redskins. That would be like rubbing salt in the wound.
Yeah.
We got to come up with... Where is the team? Is it in D.C.?
It's technically in Maryland. It's in Laurel, Maryland, right outside of D.C.
By the way, just so we're clear, it's pronounced Maryland.
Yes, I'm sorry. In Laurel, Maryland, just outside of D.C. Technically in Maryland.
Well, since the name keeps kind of going around and around, why don't we call it the Washington Merry-Go-Rounds? Boy, dude.
There it is.
We're going to save the other ones till next time,
That's
but
fine.
I think we did good.
We did damn good. I'm
And
proud of
I learned a little. I didn't know about the Minnesota thing.
St. Louis is a team that moved a bunch.
Yeah. I read, going back to your family earlier, I read somewhere, and I don't know if this is true or not. You can correct me, but I've never asked you about this. But in a way, I thought it was hilarious, but also very kind of tragic and sad. Tell me if this is true, that your mother didn't like you, or you didn't like your mother. Is that?
Well, I didn't dislike her first. It was she disliked me and would tell me about that. And
Is that okay to talk about?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
too?
totally.
I've never had a friend where outright I've heard them say my mother didn't like me.
yeah.
How did that happen?
I mean, we've reconnected now.
Yeah.
Well, after like 30 years, and we've talked about these things. My mom just didn't. She had 3 kids.
Yeah.
My youngest brother was her absolute favorite. So when my parents split, they went to court.
Yeah.
And my dad, was here with my grandma, my aunts. My mom's here with her friends, and we had a female judge. And my dad said, "Look, the judge said to him, 'What would you like to do?' He's like, 'Well, I would like to have my kids. I want all my kids. But if you're gonna this is 1989, by the way. If you're just gonna give her custody because she's the mom,
Right.
then even though it's bad for me, I think it's best that my kids stay together. I don't want to split them up.
And didn't you say you had a twin too, right? You don't split up twins.
Right? You don't split the kids up.
What's the age difference with the twin? Like
4 minutes. He's 4 minutes older.
Wow. Did you share the same umbilical cord, or did you each have your own?
We're fraternal. We had our own eggs. We're separate zygotes.
Okay.
So, then the judge says to my mom, well, what would you like to do? And my mom says, I want my youngest son, Derek, who's my twin brother, can come with me if he wants. I do not want Ryan.
Come on.
And
she said that?
Yeah.
And you were there?
I didn't go because, I mean, she'd said it to me every day. I didn't need to go hear it there.
She said it every day?
Oh, all the time.
Have fun at school today. I hate your guts.
It was a ass whooping. It was all
What
the
the
stuff.
shit, dude?
So
I want to name a football team after her now.
You should. The judge heard that, and she said in all her years of, like you just said, dealing with these family things, I've never heard the mom say that. So she gave my dad, in 1989, she awarded my dad full custody of all three of us, and then made my mom pay him child support.
Oh, ching,
yeah, she was not okay with what was said in there. And then,
that's great.
Unfortunately, very shortly after that, that was the summer, so it was probably July-ish. In November, my dad died. So it was a quick
time with Daddy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But I mean, we were with him already, but I'm saying once it got finalized and all this shit was like, we were finally like, okay, all this shit's settled. Done. Now we're with Dad. We can just move forward, and then boom.
How old were you when Daddy died?
16.
God, so were you
kind of out
on your own a little bit?
Yeah, we were the three kids. So the state moves us into this apartment where my mom lives.
Yeah.
And as I say in my stand-up, my mom was nothing but consistent. She moved out. She went and lived with her boyfriend, and the three of us just stayed in this tiny-ass, in the same bedroom apartment, and we got ourselves through school from 10th through 12th grade, and then she kicked us out.
With your own money?
Because we were underage, my dad... we were minors, so we would get something from his work. It was Social Security or something like that. So it was like, but the problem was my mom took out a P.O. box so that we couldn't get that money.
She was drunk driving.
Because our names were... Dude, I fucking love you. She went and got a P.O. box.
Oh, she got it. I thought you said she took one out. Okay. So she wasn't drinking and driving.
No.
Got it. Thank you.
And because the check had everyone's name on it,
right,
anyone whose name was on it could cash it.
Oh, wow.
So she made sure she got a P.O. box so that because we would beat her home from work after school, so we weren't allowed to get that money. She would give us $20 a week. That was it. My younger brother would get 10 because he didn't drive. That extra 10 was for gas. So we lived off of $20 a week. So I grew up living off of, pizza and fucking fast food.
And a pizza's $6 out of a $20 week. That my dad used to do that when I went to college.
That's what but there's three
He'd
of
give me 23 of you.
Right. So we each could pitch in for pizza. So
you were thin kids.
There was a we were athletes, thank God.
Wow.
But there was American Pizza, it was called. They had the caller ID, and we call and they go, we know what you want. We'll be there in a little bit. And it was that.
And did they sort of ever give you discounts or throw on extra things because they knew you were
well, then they would come and party at our fucking place. Like we were the house party. You know what I mean? They'd come over and they'd be like, can you fucking, everybody's drinking. There's a keg out back. Like, go ahead, do whatever you want.
And they'd bring free
pizza and all that shit. Yeah.
Dude. It sort of sounds tragic, but it almost sounds in a way that you guys made it fun to a degree.
I mean, we did. We made the best of the worst situation, I would say, for sure.
Yeah. But
and all the parents knew us. Like, we were good kids. We were athletes. So the thing was, if we didn't show up at school, you don't play. And sports were everything to us. So by default, we were good students and good kids, because if we weren't, sports is taken away from us. And at that point, that's all we fucking had.
But wait a minute. Sports requires a lot of energy, and 3 kids on $20 a week. I mean, when you're already eating like a machine when you're going through adolescence. Add on to that, you're like sports junkies. How did you guys have enough fuel to get through your sports?
I mean, we just nonstop had junk food, or, it's all garbage. Nothing. I don't remember eating vegetables.
Just like shoveling coal in a train.
Never. There was never a meal prepared. We would grill. We would grill burgers, hot dogs, things like that. We had a little grill outside. But nobody was cooking. Nobody was baking. Nobody was doing anything like that. There was no parent in the house to You know, we didn't even come home to hugs. I tell people all the time. We didn't even come home to hugs. Like, fast food was fine. A McDonald's cheeseburger was what fucking got you through the day.
Yeah.
The taste of their fake cheese is so good to me.
Oh, it's so good.
God damn it.
I remember there was this is off topic a little, but there was a McDonald's near my high school, and one year they did this thing where they gave out these little coupons, and then they would stamp them with this little red stamp that was the golden arches, but it was like a red ink. And if you got it stamped 4 times, you got a free meal.
Okay.
So me and my cousin Mary Pat went into the McDonald's one morning, and when the lady turned around to get our food, we grabbed a stack this big and the stamp.
Hell yeah.
And we went in there for 2 months and had free fucking McDonald's.
That's fucking great.
And I didn't play any sports. I just ate it and rode, man. Well, listen, buddy, thank you for sharing. That's some tough
welcome.
stuff, and you know, mother.
Well, that's what my whole podcast is that you've done, and your episode is great, by the way.
Oh, we had a riot.
It's a different episode. You coming on and talking about animals.
Yeah,
it really resonated with a lot.
It
of
did?
people. Oh,
good, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I'd love to have you back. But that's what,
of course,
the whole premise is, highlighting the lowlights. So
yeah,
I want to
tell them about your podcast.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about the worst times in your life. You know, because that's who you are. That's what forged you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those times, breaking through that, getting through that, still dealing with that, even though it might be 20 years in the past. You know, shit creeps up in different ways. So I want to talk. I'm so sick of seeing everyone's Instagrams. It's like a sports center. It's all highlights. I was always the guy when we went to the ball games. I loved watching those blooper videos, seeing these superior athletes fuck up and stuff. It made me laugh. It made me feel normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So listening to people's traumas and the worst parts of their lives and seeing who they are and where they are now has just been, it's been amazing. I had no idea people would come on and share some of the stories I've heard. It's blown
It really
my mind.
defines people. And it was said to me once, there's every child or every human being, every adult had one moment in their life, in their childhood most likely, one key pivotal moment where an adult, a parent, the mother or the father, or maybe both, said or did something to that child that affected them for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And it's a powerful thing to hear. And I think if everyone listening just thinks about that and goes through the chronology of their life, I bet they'll find one moment where they just went, you know what? That time my dad said this, it changed the course of everything. Yeah. Whether my dad or my mom said it maliciously, or they said it by accident, or it was a throwaway comment. You know, he's so stupid. You know, every person listening has that moment. And someone confronted me with that once, and it was I went down my life, and I went, oh wait, there was a moment. Maybe I'll save it for your podcast.
I wish I only had one.
Well, this is the thing. I was going to go deeper with you and ask you all about it and say, hey, obviously you have residual psychological issues from your mother, but that's a whole nother podcast.
Come on mine. Come back on mine.
We'll go back on yours and do that. Before we go today, though, we'll lighten the mood a little. We do this with all our guests. We have a little moment where we do a thing called Words from a Wooden Shoe.
Okay.
And what you do, Ryan Sickler, is you reach into this authentic Dutch clog.
Looks authentic.
From Holland.
Okay.
This is for real. You reach in, there's words or a word, and it's not word association. What you do is you look at the word, and if it triggers a story or a memory or a joke or anything, you can tell it. Okay. Words from a Wooden Shoe with Ryan Zachary Sickler.
Zachary.
Here we go. Read it out loud.
The last time you cried.
Wow, that's sort of appropriate.
The last time I cried. Okay. I cry. I'm a crier.
Okay.
I'm an emotional man.
Good. I like that.
I would have to say the last time I actually cried. Let me think just for a moment, because I know it's a movie or something I watch with my daughter, I'm sure, where I get all emotional or something like that. Up.
Up.
Have you seen Up?
Yes.
Man,
Beautiful movie.
Yeah, that one gets me. The beginning part of it gets me.
The
I think
beginning
I want to
part.
say it was probably Up or might even been E.T.
Oh, really?
It might have been E.T.
The little freak with the
'Cause
electric
she looked
finger,
at me and
yeah.
she's like, "Is he dead?" And then she got all upset, and I was like, "Just watch."
And were there waterworks?
I was getting all up in here. Yeah.
Did she notice? Did your daughter
yeah.
notice?
She knows when I cry. Yeah. Because I get all excited, proud for her and stuff. She's like, "Dad," she's already at that, and I'm
Right.
like, "Come here, I'm so proud. Oh my God, I'm so proud."
Wow, E.T. destroying families
Up in
everywhere.
E.T., I would say, yeah.
Wow, okay.
They get me. Movies
Okay.
get me.
Yeah.
A good fucking score under a powerful moment.
Yeah.
I'm done.
There's something really good about crying at an emotional movie, though. Like it's a good feeling because it reminds you that emotion and human drama and human feelings and human interactions, when they trigger it makes you remind you that you're human. Like, I don't know those people. I don't know their story, but
It's not even real. It's a
not
movie.
even real, but it triggered me. I'll tell you a little secret. I used to cry, and I actually loved it. I wouldn't do it in front of anyone, but I used to watch that stupid show Highway to Heaven with Michael Landon. Yeah. And I'd say about 50% of them, I would sit there and start weeping like an old lady scraping psoriasis off her ass.
All right, I got a couple for you.
Yeah.
They're not the last time.
Okay.
The times I certainly have remembered. There was a great show on for a while called Homicide: Life on the Street. It was a cop show like NYPD Blue, but set in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And there was a character in there played by Andre Braugher, and he was a cop who believed in God and all this stuff, and then had a stroke and then started questioning everything.
Oh, wow.
God,
Okay.
his place, whatever.
Yeah.
And then when one of the police, he had committed suicide, I believe, so they couldn't give him a proper burial or some shit like that.
He could have got a gig on the San Francisco Suicides.
He could have.
Yeah.
So they ended up doing a sort of like a New Orleans style funeral procession where they do a people are dancing with the umbrellas.
Yeah, they do a wake, and they like it's a celebration,
and they're
of
walking
death.
the casket down
right.
the street in
In the
front
sun.
of the precinct.
Cajun style.
And the dude that's like, I'm not going or anything, standing out on the fucking steps in his dress blues and starts saluting as he goes by, and I just fucking
lost it.
I get goosebumps now. Lost.
Like blubbering or just
No,
kind
just
of like
stand there,
watery
but,
eyes?
Yeah, no, sing. Like that Denzel tear from
Oh,
Glory,
yeah,
where he's
Glory.
just looking with the straight face.
Have you seen the sequel, Glory Hole?
Is Denzel crying?
Well, that's a whole different type of crying.
I'll bet
Oh,
you.
that's both eyes, and it's at the Shell station right down the street. Holy fuck. One of the most painful sequels I've ever watched. Glory Hole. Unbelievable.
the Shell station down the street.
Yeah, Stall 7. Stall 7. It's one of the big ones. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I was at the Glory. I actually went to the Glory Hole to see it on the Star Tour thing, and I slid a Snickers bar through it, and I came back, and there was some bull lips wrapped around it.
I'm gonna get sick.
Ryan, tell the folks where they can see you. Tell them about this guy's an amazing stand-up comedian. We just did a gig recently here in Hollywood. Tell the folks where they can catch your tour, your website, your Instagram, your podcast.
When's this come out?
I don't have to answer your questions.
All right.
This will probably come out. Let's see. It'll probably be this coming Tuesday, sir.
All right, Tuesday. So then if it's coming out Tuesday, you can go to Edmonton. I'll be in Edmonton this coming weekend. I'll be in Chicago in November, and I'll be in Grand Rapids in December. Go to ryansickler.com. Everything is there. Follow me on social media at Ryan Sickler, and make sure you watch The Honeydew and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, check out his podcast, gang. I'm telling you, a lot of podcasts don't get as deep as Ryan's, and it's a blast. And we had a really fun episode, and we'll catch up. And then when Ryan comes back, we're going to do the other half of the NFL teams. The world deserves new names.
They need it.
Buddy, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
As I say to everyone, not really. I'll see you on the dark side of the moon, Pink Floyd. And until next time, everybody, cow lips and chicken chow mein, baby. You want to head down to the Shell station?
Yeah, let's go to stall 7.